When you think about the fact that this 2 years ago was a farmer's field full of corn, it's a great testimony to the cooperation between DFA, Shambaugh, Tetra Pak, and McCarthy.
When you visit the Flatland facility, the first thing you're going to notice is the dryer tower. It's the whole sole purpose of this plant. It produces different types of milk powders, whole milk powder, skim milk powder. This will be North America's largest powder drying facility for those types of products.
That dryer is over 100 feet tall, and there are many intermediate levels, and to route our conduits was a huge challenge.
They have receiving bays that are sized in such a manner that the plant will process 84 tanker loads of milk a day in a 24-hour period.
From the time a truck comes in, it's about 68 minutes in order to offload the milk, clean the truck, make all the connections, test the milk.
What we have in the past is we had a tanker that would fill the tanker up and the tanker might be gone for days. Here we have the same tanker returned back to the dairy within the same day.
That will be a huge advantage of the facility being so close, as well as a tribute to the design of the facility, the ability to keep milk moving, to keep trucks on the road.
All the hauling cost, all the trucking cost, all that's been reduced substantially.
We have a lot of environmental safeguards built into the project. We've taken that responsibility seriously.
One of the things that we designed into the system that the customers request was a diffusion tank. A diffusion tank allows us basically to capture any trace emissions from the relief valves to ensure that we're not going to atmosphere with any ammonia or refrigerant. We selected ammonia as the refrigerant for the facility because of its high efficiency in its zero ODP, which is ozone depletion potential.
Way out in the distance by the aeration tank is a wastewater treatment plant. We actually treat the water in order to save the water that's used in the process, and then we're able to actually use it for purple water or water for irrigation.
We have built redundancy into the facility to allow us run 24/7.
4 separating lines when you only need 3 in production. You have 2 full blending lines when you only need 1 in production. 3 evaporators when you only need 2 in production. You do have only 1 spray dryer. However, you do have parallel feed systems and other redundant pieces to keep that system operating 24/7.
The entire plant, all the way through the final powder packaging process, if that's interrupted, then understand that the whole chain of events is interrupted. The requirements are very, very large. We installed 7 3,000 amp services, the biggest electrical rooms we've ever designed in a plant.
Shambaugh, with a lot of their process engineers, are very much on top of the changes in regulations and the standards that are being set by other countries, other firms in the industry.
When you're doing designs of a plant and you're thinking about biosecurity, there's so many details you have to go through to try to eliminate potential risk.
We have different hygiene zones because that's what our customers will expect.
Our HEPA filtered air in the plant, that's unique.
We don't have powder or dust lodging in any part of the plant. We'll have minimal manual contact with product, if any at all, therefore ensuring the highest quality.
We understand that anyone can actually affect the outcome of a product and contaminate it. We've addressed all those and eliminated all of those issues.
We take food safety very seriously. We're not just building anything, they're food plants. It affects people every day.
SPOY Shambaugh delivers its own design-build, self-performing model. We have reduced and virtually eliminated any of the challenges faced on a normal project.
We set a target date of the 25th of September and we'll hit it, so that speaks for itself.
The complexity of the project overall, and specifically for Tetra Pak, has meant that the collaboration and the communication between ourselves and Shambaugh has had to be right on the money and on time under Shambaugh's guidance. That has happened, and it's been a successful project.
There's certainly an advantage to the client to have Shambaugh's expertise brought to the site in the form of superintendents that have done these types of jobs before. in order to direct the craftsmen in order to get the work done.
Shambaugh have a very good reputation in the food industry. They've taken charge of the entire project. They've self-performed a lot of it. And for the major subcontractors, McCarthy on the construction end of it and Tetra Pak on the processing end of it, they've managed them as well.
Shambaugh has done a very good job controlling this project from start to finish. The right type of engineers for the right type of the project.
Being able to go to Shambaugh as a one-stop shop who could provide us with a turnkey operation was probably the best decision we made.
Been very impressed with the job that Shambaugh has done in managing the project and truly being committed to building a plant that not only will function on day one, but will function for decades to come.
In the fab shop in Fort Wayne, Indiana, we constructed and assembled our receiving skids. We constructed and assembled the separation skids and integrated those with the separator. We produced HTST skids. We produced mix-proof valve clusters. And just about every component that could be made off-site, we made in our fab shop here in Fort Wayne. Shambaugh owns its own fleet of trucks. We are not at the mercy of trying to find a local hauler to bring any of our specialized equipment from our fabrication shop out to the job site.
This is the first time I've experienced 3D modeling in a project.
The importance of 3D modeling cannot be overstated in the assembly of our projects.
Building comes out of the ground on the screen before we ever put foot in the dirt.
One of the innovative things that was done on this job was to use data vaults out in the actual work areas.
If I'm a pipe fitter or foreman on site, I can go to the data vault, I can look in the model, I can view the drawings and know that if I install it according to those drawings and that model, it's going to fit.
Having not only our engineering staff, but our field staff have access to that information, our ability to install it once correctly is greatly increased to well above 99%.
Project safety has been a priority for both Shambaugh and ourselves.
We had no lost time accidents throughout the entire job, which is 695 days.
Safety trumps everything. If I were to take a future client to the plant we just finished for DFA, I would point out the sheer size of the system, redundant components, the efficiency of the system, the control system, and the quality of the installation.
We feel very confident that we're going to be able to manufacture product that not only has a great market domestically, but will be demanded on a global basis.
It's the Mall of America for milk drying plants.
The opportunities at Shambaugh to actually see things come from the paper and actually be part of the actual creation and construction of it is something very unique and inherently Shambaugh.
We had the right people in the right places at the right time, and that's why the project itself was successful.
I look back with a certain sense of satisfaction to say, well, I played a part in that.